In order to stop everything that's happening, we need to address having a global strike, meaning everyone around the world joining together to withhold our labor from the fascist, white supremacist, warmongering, Epstein, billionaire class elites who are killing us, who are sending us to concentration camps and prisons and starting wars. We're being used as cannon fodder to enrich their unending greed and appetite for power, that they will do whatever it takes to keep this industrial war machine going, because they have people in the right positions to keep this going for a long time, to enrich themselves while they're cutting all of these regulations in order to have their other investments and corporations kill us in other ways. When are we going to say enough is enough? I realize that capitalism keeps us so that we have to keep paying bills, going to work, and making it so that we aren't subject to law enforcement and eviction and the trauma of being displaced. That's why they keep us so oppressed, is that we don't have as much time to organize, that we're too busy trying to work to pay our bills and meet our everyday needs, then we are organizing and trying to change the material conditions that we're in. But things are really bad. I'm not going to lie, things are really bad. Do we have to just like go about our everyday lives pretending like we might not have a nuclear war be starting, and the US and Israel are the aggressors, by the way? People, governments that have nukes, Russia as well, these imperialist aggressors who have no limit to their bloodthirst. And they won't stop unless we make them stop. They have to be made to stop, which is why we have to halt the world economy and make it so that all of these markets come to a screeching halt, so that they realize where their power comes from. Because we run this engine, and they wouldn't be in the positions that they're at without our existence. They are so eager to cut us out of the equation. We see with the rise in AI and robotics and the extreme wealth gaps and pay inequality, that they are bent on destroying humanity and the planet. I think that's safe to say. I think we need to destroy AI centers because they are having a devastating effect on humanity, our sense of reality, what we can trust, eliminating jobs and human value and intelligence being used by our governments, destroying the environments that they are in when they build these fucking places. Usually on sacred ground, let's be honest, indigenous sacred ground, and then poisoning the people around them with Nazi Gestapo agents rounding people up in the streets, kidnapping them, trafficking them to concentration camps where they are dying in detainment, where they are being tortured. And these are the new death camps, okay? That's what's happening. When are we going to say no to that? It's like there have been more protests that have been happening lately, which I think is a really great thing, because these ICE centers are popping up for a lot of warehouses. But it's not enough to just protest anymore. I mean, it's still important for them to see our displeasure, like the No Kings protest as well. Going to that and showing up to provide numbers to this resistance, because that is important. The optics are important. But it is the money that we generate for these fuckers that they truly care about that we have to understand our power in generating and withhold it. Because that's the only thing, really, in my mind, that's going to stop them.